Welcome to Echoes of My Imagination. My name is Tracy Lee. Sit back, relax. Let me tell you a story. Today's story is called The Beekeepers of Hollifern Wood. Before Hollifern was a forest, it was a hum, low, constant, like breath. No one remembered when the bees first came. No one remembered when the woods first whispered. But some said it all began with two sisters and a cart full of hives. Their names were Maeve and Lynne. Let's get into it. They arrived at the edge of the wood just after Beltane, when the fields were wild with clover and the sky ripened late with light. Their wagons creaked, the hives nestled in straw, and every few miles Lynne would whistle low to calm the swarm. Maeve spoke less. She felt the weather in her joints and the truth of place in her spine. They weren't running, but they were done staying still. The forest didn't speak in words. It bent light in patterns that made bees dance longer. It shaped root and stone to catch spilled honey. It breathed. The sisters felt it almost instantly. Maeve dreamed of green flame under her skin. Lynne tasted lilac when she whispered to the queen. They built a roundhouse on the edge of the wood, and the bees, by their own will, made hives in branches not meant for nests. Forest allowed it. Soon, people came, not for spectacle, but because their sick walked into the woods and returned steady, because the lonely wandered near and wept for reasons they couldn't name and left lighter. The honey they bottled had no label, no price. People gave what they could, and the sisters smiled like they knew something deeper than coin. One evening, as twilight bled gold through pine, a man arrived. Tall, worn, silent as ash, his arm wrapped in cloth dark with blood. He said nothing. Lynne stepped forward, her fingers trailing along the air between them. "You've been marked." He flinched, not at her touch, but at the sound of the bees. They rose, not in defense, but in mourning. Maeve stepped forward. "This one's been cursed," she said, "and cursed deep." It took 3 nights. They steeped honey in moonlight, carved runes into hives, sang the old droning songs into wax and breath. The bees circled the man's chest. When the spell broke, the hive split. The man gasped and fell asleep beneath the hive tree for 3 days. When he awoke, the curse was gone, but so was Lynne. The forest had claimed her, not in death, but in bond. It needed a keeper, someone who had spoken enough with bees to carry its hum in her breath. Maeve did not fight it. She wept. She planted flowers. She whispered her sister's name every morning into the comb. They say the bees of Hollifern are not like others, that they sting only liars, that their honey sings, that if you approach the roundhouse now, long abandoned, you'll hear 2 voices harmonizing, a hum that wraps around your ribs like a promise you've always known. And if you offer truth, the bees will never harm you. They will remember your name. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for Echoes of My Imagination. My name is Tracy Lee. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow, and I'll catch you next time.